Ducati's announced a host of updates to its 2023 Street Fighter V4, as well as a new collaboration with none other than Lamborghini that I'm super excited to get to in just a minute. So the Street Fighter is still powered by the same 1103cc, 208 horsepower Desmo Sedici Stradale engine that we find in the Panigale V4. What's new for this year is largely on the electronic side, although there have been a few aesthetic updates as well. Most notable is in the tank section. The new Street Fighter V4 uses the same tank that we find on the Panigale. Ducati claims that this tank, aside from being larger from a fuel capacity standpoint, also better supports the rider during braking and cornering, which is definitely a welcomed introduction on a bike with this much power, especially one that's focused on the track as it is. The swing arm position has also been moved up 4 millimeters to reduce squatting while under heavy acceleration and while coming out of corners. This increase in pivot height also transfers some of the weight further from the rear wheel and more towards the front wheel, which provides better stability in track conditions and more predictability, which is definitely important when you're racing. The graphics are also slightly updated for this model year and more closely reflect what we see on the Panigale V4. The major updates are in the electronics suite. So it now comes with Evo 2 software, which enhances their engine braking control, which will reduce rear wheel lockup under heavy braking scenarios, whether that be on track or in emergency situations. They've also included a host of new power modes and riding modes. New power modes are full, which, as the name implies, unlocks the full potential of the motor, except in first gear. It still manages torque in first gear, but you do have the option to turn that management off while you're in full mode. High and medium modes come with a new map management system with dedicated calibration for each gear. And then low, which is a new mode, is the most manageable gas response, and it's designed for riding on roads or in any low grip surfaces. It's crazy to think that the only mode that Ducati recommends for road use is low, right? And in low, you're limited to 165 brake horsepower. They've also included a new wet riding mode for scenarios where, you guessed it, shit's wet. And along with this host of new rider modes, they've also included a Track Evo info mode, which is essentially derived from their MotoGP bikes, and it reorganizes information on the dash to highlight only the things that are most necessary when you're on track, specifically the gear that you're in and your RPMs. The 2023 Street Fighter also implements the new quick shift strategy that we find on the Panigale V4, which essentially ensures quick, smooth, and reliable quick shifts up and down through the range of gears. And all of this is standard on the full range of Street Fighter V4s. Now, when we get to the V4S, there are a host of upgrades that will cost you $5,500. These include an Öhlins semi-active suspension, a lighter set of Marchesini aluminum forged wheels, and it comes in a new gray Nero livery, which I think looks pretty good. Then the V4 SP2, which is a numbered edition, comes with an even lighter set of split 5-spoke carbon rims. They're 3.1 pounds lighter than the standard rim. It has the same suspension as the Panigale. It also comes with an STM Evo SBK dry clutch, which has higher downshift performance and closed throttle performance. Again, this is really track-focused technology. They also come with Brembo Stylema R calipers, which unlocks more consistent braking performance in track scenarios, adjustable foot pegs, and it comes exclusively in the Winter Test livery, which is a combination of matte blacks, brushed aluminum, and red pops that you see here. And in any of these bikes, you have the option to install the titanium and carbon Akrapovic exhaust. With that exhaust installed, you will reduce the weight by 11 pounds and increase horsepower to 220 from the 208 that comes stock. Now, the most exciting thing that they've announced for the Street Fighter V4 is their collaboration with Lamborghini. So they're only making 630 of these Lamborghini collaboration Street Fighter V4s, and they are absolutely gorgeous. They come in this Citrea green and deck orange accents. These are authentic Lamborghini colors that we find on their STO Huracan. And for 63 STO Lamborghini owners, they will have the option to fully customize their Ducati Streetfighter Lamborghini edition to match their Lamborghini STOs. Only 63 of the 630. So it's a limited run, extremely exclusive, and it looks fantastic. And if exclusivity is your thing, give this video a watch. And don't forget to like and subscribe.